wait for the schedule to come out, and then we did, on the show go win-loss.
Right. It used to come out like, around 3 o'clock during our show.
Yeah, so I've been a geek for this forever, so let's have some fun. It's football.
Yes.
Who wants to talk about any of these other local teams right now?
Yes.
All right, so we have the season opener Sunday, September 12th. Lions at home against Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance, and the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a good opener.
I think Jimmy G is going to be probably the starter for that. But wouldn't it be something if Lance came in here and lit up the Lions?
It would be great. The Lions would have a little bit of an advantage because the 49ers still be on West Coast time, and the statistics show teams that travel from west to east usually don't fare too well.
Won't affect them much because that's the opener.
I know.
So they didn't really have a week before to kind of screw them up.
That's true.
All right, the next week, Sunday, September 19th, Lions at Seahawks. What a brutal start to this schedule.
Well, the Lions in the NFC West Cup, what are you doing here?
Yes. Oh, well, we're not going there
At
yet.
the stop sign,
All right,
turn
Sunday,
right onto
September
St. James
26th.
Street, then turn left onto East Jefferson Avenue.
Lions at Steelers. Schedule makers doing absolutely nothing, at least on paper and name recognition. So you got Niners, Seahawks, Steelers, first 3 weeks. So what's a team deserve after that? Without a doubt. Sunday, October 3rd.
At the light, turn left onto East Jefferson Avenue.
It's too early for a bye. I hate when my team gets a bye that early.
Yeah, they seem to get it early all the time.
I know.
I actually argue that the NFL schedule makers did the Lions no favors by actually putting a schedule out for them to play.
I don't know, but it's
Greg's not buying into my narrative of they're going to be better than people think.
Yeah. Is week 3 too early for Roethlisberger to be hurt?
No.
I didn't think so. Yeah.
See, how Lions ever get left like that?
Yeah, I know. So it is too early.
The biting of the kneecaps is going to have to take off
Turn right
right from the
onto
get-go. These guys
McClellan
better be ready to play because that's looking at a 0-3 start potentially. Sorry.
It's okay.
Just glad you're wrong more than you're right.
I'm usually terrible at these. I think I usually get like 1 or 2 games right, maybe.
Yes.
All right, Sunday, October 10th, for a 3rd consecutive game, the Lions go on the road against the Vikings, first division game. Now, 3 straight road games, yes, but for 2 reasons. Number 1, separated by bye. Number 2 is they play 9 road games this year and only 8 home.
Right.
So they're going to have to get some of these road games in somehow. So at least they get the bye in between.
And I like the fact you get them out of the way early to a certain extent. This is going to be a team that's going to, struggle, you would think, early, new coach and all that, and they'll probably get better towards the end anyway, just naturally. So, it's not the end of the world.
No, I'm okay with this so far. I've got some
Go past this right, then at the next one,
All
turn
right,
right.
Sunday, October 17th, the next week, Lions continue against the purple opponents. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens invade Ford Field.
At the light,
And I think
turn
this is
right
going to be
onto
one
McClellan Street.
Take my soul.
Oh, yeah. Why not?
Let them see Lamar Jackson in person.
Absolutely.
Coach Mason comes to town.
Is it Bredesen on that team, too?
Bredesen is on that team. Yeah.
John will be there, then.
Absolutely. Jim will, too.
That's right.
2.4 miles, turn
All right,
right onto
Sunday,
Ration
October
Avenue.
24th, Lions go back on
If
the
he's not
road.
fired by then.
Well, the Michigan State game's not until the 31st. If they lose to Mel Tucker again, I think, I don't know, not that Tucker's not going to end up doing good, but... All right, so October 24th, Lions continue against the AFC North at Cleveland. This is your road trip game.
Baker Mayfield, his eyes are wide open.
Oh, yeah.
The following Sunday, Halloween. Nothing beats a Halloween Sunday in the NFL because I just love all the fans dressing up. Stoney's Eagles come to town the day after the Michigan State game.
Wow. Flying. A lot of green. Town. Spartans. Eagles fly. Might be able to get some relatives, convince them to come in. Oh, it'll be a
That's a great
game.
sports weekend.
Yeah, we're going to love that. All right, Sunday, November 7th, Lions at Packers. They don't have to play in at least not super cold, most likely.
Another green team.
Yeah, but who knows if Aaron Rodgers is going to be there.
That's true.
All right, Sunday, November 14th, the Bengals come to town. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. So the Lions have traded up to take Chase. That'll be the debate.
Well, Kuda on Chase. It'll be
The Sunday before Thanksgiving, the Lions go back on the road, but short trip because of the Thanksgiving game at Bears.
okay.
And now one of the biggies went out on a huge limb here, but I think the NFL is going to start trying to things and get some more West Coast appeal into these early Thanksgiving games. Lions host. Kyler Murray and J.J. Watt comes back to Ford Field for a second consecutive Thanksgiving.
Oh, just don't throw him the ball.
Jared Goff will throw one right to him and hit him 20 yards.
He's smart.
Sunday, December 5th. This is one I kind of got tipped on a leak that's out there. Lions host the Vikings. So we'll be done with the Vikings after December 5th.
Okay.
Following week, December 12th, Lions at Broncos, potentially against Aaron Rodgers in the snow.
No, see, I thought that was going to be the reason that Saints and the Green Bay were opening up.
All right.
That leak.
Sunday, December 19th, the Lions host the Bears.
Wow.
Saturday, December 25th, Christmas.
Oh, boy.
The Lions go to L.A. to face Matthew Stafford and the Rams.
Oh, my God. What a great week. You're there for the Lions, Rams, and Michigan State, of course, will be in the Rose Bowl 6 days later.
So with this, I think they'll most likely probably put this game early, but this is what I want to see. This is my schedule, okay? Just like Stoney's mock, this is my schedule.
Exactly.
And I would love to build up. The problem with doing this is they risk Stafford being hurt.
Yes.
You know, you put this game early and you don't have to worry about that. But I'm going out on a limb. They're going to have a doubleheader on Christmas, and one of them's going to be the Lions at the Rams. What a show that would be. All right. Following Sunday, January 2nd, Lions at Falcons. It'll probably be for a high draft pick.
Okay.
And then the last game of the year, Sunday, January 9th. Yes, that late with the new schedule and 17 games. Lions host the Packers.
Because I think they're still having the, even with 17 weeks, you finish in your division, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the last game.
I like that. I do agree with that. I think the Rams game might be a little early, but that's going to be great.
It's going to be a holiday season for the Lions, playing on Thanksgiving and Christmas.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
what's his
They've done that before.
Yes. What's his holidays more than the Detroit Lions? Huh?
Right.
You get that storyline on Christmas, though, you know, people are going to want to tune in and see that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come
Even
on.
though the Lions will be, 3 and
I think you make
12
a
at that
great
point.
point, though. Well,
It'll be a big game for the Rams because they'll be battling, for the lead the division. Jared Goff coming back. We only look at it from the Stafford lens. In L.A., it's a big deal because Jared Goff will be coming back.
yeah, the Rams will be fighting just to get into the playoffs.
I hope you're right. I hope you're
Yes,
right.
and I think I brought up a great point. I'm not sure the NFL wants to wait that long because Matt Stafford might not be available.
It's true.
He might have to be that warrior that we keep hearing about.
Well, yeah.
See, I thought that game, but they took away the Monday night doubleheader on ESPN. with
Right,
The new TV package. I thought that would have been the late game on the Monday
So
night.
did I. I thought that'd be perfect.
So we would have got like 2 hours sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what's going to happen is they'll open up or not. It'll be a Sunday night game.
I don't know if the Lions need a Sunday night game. See, this Saturday game's still a prime time game, but they
Yes.
still have Sunday night football that week. So that's kind of why I put it there. It's much like the Tampa Lions game last year.
Right.
But it was on a Saturday.
We still have Thursday night games, though, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
the Lions, the Stafford game could be in a prime
Okay,
time.
well, if they're going to play Thursday night, it's going to be at Denver with Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to throw a Hail Mary.
That's your destination for him.
No,
He's got it. Oh, yeah, they got to be the favorites.
it's a history of
In half a mile, turn right onto Gratiot Avenue.
All they have to do is bring back Devin Taylor to throw out the first ball, get the faux penalty to set it up. All right, thank you, Gov. We'll see how many of those come to fruition. Heather has news coming up next.
I do. I have a story about a woman who is going viral for the really sneaky, devious way she got revenge on her boyfriend's mistress.
All right, coming up 97.1. The ticket I'm here to tell you about Capital Mortgage Funding. Their schedule is always great, okay? They don't have to release the schedule because their schedule is call us. 1-800-LOW-RATE. We're always there for you. No, not whether it's a Thursday night, Sunday, we're there for you. Great customer service.
Turn right onto Gratiot Avenue, then turn left to merge onto I-94 West.
They've been around for decades. And a reason they've been around for so long is consistency. That's number one. Fine rates. Rates are rates. They're not going to, be low forever. And they're honest about it. They'll answer all your questions. They tell you no lies. They just treat you the right way. When you see Glanz and Burke occasionally on television, you say, look, they Capital Mortgage Funding. They're not some guys who are some. He works somewhere else. This guy works somewhere else. No, consistency. That's what's great about them. You want consistency in everything, especially with your mortgage. Call them today, 1-800-LOW-RATE. They're not headset phone dorks. They're great people, great customer service. What you want, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank.
Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation and MLS ID number 2.
Turn left to merge onto I-94 West.
97.1 The Ticket.
From the WWJE and 950 Traffic Center. Still a smooth drive in and around the city this morning. Accident-free at this time. Drivers continue to move about near posted speeds, although things are starting to pick up along 75 southbound just before the Davison, as well as 94 eastbound approaching 96. Out in Troy, westbound Big Beaver from DeQuinder to Rochester Road, various lane closures will continue until further notice. The Deco Rapid Contrast is Maple or Waddles. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Radio.com is now Odyssey. Download the Odyssey app and listen to 97.1 The Ticket and all the sports, news, music, and podcasts that move you.
T-Mobile is bringing 5G from big cities to small towns across America. We've been investing billions to light up our world-class 5G network in more
3.9
places
miles,
than
take exit 215 to merge onto I-10 towards South.
It's time to upgrade your 5G.
hopefully see Torkelson finally find his rhythm.
That'd be cool.
Yes.
Sounds awesome.
You?
I'll be here at the Tigers games.
Yes.
There's Tigers games that weekend. I'm going to stay home. It is our wedding anniversary, so we'll celebrate that as well. That weekend. Yeah, I know. Aw, cute, right? Guys, a Michigan man was busted trying to fix his damaged car in his backyard after he actually hit and killed a pedestrian in Birmingham. So the crash actually happened back on August 8th. There was a man, Wesley Stamps of Southfield, who was crossing Woodward Avenue when he was struck by this dark-colored Chevy Traverse, okay? The driver of the Traverse stopped briefly after the accident, but then fled the scene. Later, investigators identified the driver as Stephen Fowler of Davisburg, and they found him at home, and his dark-colored Chevy Traverse was in his backyard where he was trying to repair the damages himself. And he told investigators at the time that he thought he had struck a deer, which then brings the question, well, why not just take it to a collision shop then and get it fixed if you struck a deer, right? Why try to do it all yourself? He was arraigned on a charge of failure to stop at the scene of an accident resulting in death. So, there you have it. An intensive investigative report commissioned by the University of Michigan lays out a really disturbing history of abuse to students and student athletes at the hands of Dr. Robert Anderson that spanned decades. The investigation, which was conducted by the law firm Wilmer Hale, just found credible allegations stretching from the time that Anderson was hired back in 1966 until he retired in 2003. Now, I'm not going to go into all the details of the allegations. We've heard them already, and that really wasn't, well, that's shocking to hear them all over again. To me, the biggest takeaway from this whole investigation is that multiple staff, multiple administrators, multiple coaches were told about the abuse, but did nothing to stop it. So there was a lot of people who knew this was going on and just failed to act on it. Then it could have stopped it. If one person could have done what they needed to do, this maybe could have been prevented.
Yes, and don't forget, this was the law firm that Michigan hired themselves.
Yes, yep.
And I do want to bring up one thing, because we talked about, somebody mentioned USC, and I wasn't familiar with that case. I thought it was, whether it was the admissions scandal or something else. Actually, it was University of Southern California. This was, I'm reading from 2021, a few months ago. USC, on March the 23rd, announced that it would pay more than $1.1 billion with a B to former patients of a campus gynecologist accused of preying sexually on hundreds of patients. Now, the biggest difference between that case and Michigan is that gynecologist is alive.
Yep. So, pandemic pets are actually being returned at record rates. This breaks my heart because there's so many people who adopt an animal thinking like this is going to be so easy. I'll just play with this little dog, and then they don't realize what actually goes into taking care of an animal and how long you need to take care of them. But pet owners who actually adopted during the pandemic are apparently beginning to ditch their animals at shelters now that COVID-19 restrictions are being lifted and people are returning to the office. They're going back to work. Apparently some shelters are actually seeing that the number of dogs and cats being returned has doubled over the last few months, and it's only expected to get worse. And it's like I said, people are starting to go back to work. They're starting to take family vacations and travel and see other people, and they don't want to take care of their animals anymore. Shelters also say they saw a really similar trend during the 2008 recession as well. So if you're going to get an animal, you need to know what goes into it.
Yeah.
It's a full-time commitment. Think about it before you adopt, please.
It is a commitment for your life and the animal's life and for the life of that animal.
Yes. So the Jacksonville Jaguars are apparently in a serious disagreement within the building about signing Tim Tebow. So in a segment on ESPN's Get Up on Tuesday, Jeff Darlington said that there are coaches on the staff that don't want to see it happen. He said that there are those who are saying it's not that big of a deal and that he probably won't make the roster week one. So there's some people that are saying, whatever, it is what it is. And other people definitely don't want to see it happen.
There's nothing good that can come of this, I don't think. And it's not an anti-Tebow thing. This is more anti-Urban. What are you thinking? It's kind of like when he hired that strength and conditioning coach from Iowa, who had a history of racially insensitive stuff.
Yes.
It's like he didn't think it was a big deal. They told him it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I think you're hearing reactions
roster spot somebody else could use to either get better and make the practice squad, make the team contribute. And I went off yesterday, so I won't say that. It's just where this hurts Urban the most is in his credibility, because he's learning on the job. And I went through this with Steve Spurrier. It's about credibility, and the NFL is not like college. In college, you can do things like this. In the NFL, you can't. It's going to be called out. You're going to be exposed, and the controversy will continue.
So a woman just posted a TikTok video about how she got revenge on her ex-boyfriend's mistress. So the woman, she says that right after she and her now ex-boyfriend had a baby, she found out that he had been cheating on her the whole time with his ex-girlfriend. So she broke up with him, and then for unknown reasons, this guy went to jail. Okay, I don't have all of those details. But that's when this woman decided to stage a fake funeral for the guy to convince the mistress that he was dead. And apparently it worked, because 3 years later, this mistress is still posting on Facebook about how much she misses him. So this mistress really thinks that this guy is dead. I don't know if he's still in jail or not, but either way, her scam worked. Yes. That's great. Earlier today, we were talking about Truly and the fact that they just are creating these like frozen popsicles, these frozen lemonade popsicles, just in time for the summer. Well, I've got a new study about booze. There's a study that found drinking alcohol literally brings us together. And when I mean together, it brings us closer. So strangers who drank together in an empty room moved about 1 inch closer to each other every 7 to 8 minutes. And it didn't happen unless they were drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
And I totally can see that. I mean, oh my gosh, people get so close to each other when they're drinking. They're hugging, they're talking so close. So it makes a lot of sense. They said the only time it doesn't make a difference is if you are with a close group of friends. Like, you could be drinking water or alcohol and you're still going to move closer to your good friends than you would be to strangers. So
Nothing worse than the close talker you don't know that is in your face, is hammered, and they have alcohol breath. It's awful.
Coming right up to you.
Yes.
It is awful.
All right, thank you very much, Heather. All right, Rojo will join us at 9:35. At 8:35, we'll get back into the Michigan Dr. Anderson report. Coming up next, I'll be with you. 97.1.
transitioned not only our copying service but our printing service we transitioned quite a bit of business to Applied Imaging because of the quality of service that he brought.
With Applied Imaging, you're always working with live people.
Yeah, honestly, it's the customer service. I can make a phone call and somebody on the other side of the phone is answering with a friendly voice.
What's been the bottom line benefit of your Applied Imaging relationship?
It's just the quality of the customer care. They make sure that we're running and have all of our needs fulfilled, timely, friendly.
Call Applied Imaging today, 800-521-0983, or visit appliedimaging.com. Applied Imaging, fast, friendly, amazing.
Sorry to interrupt your jams, murder mystery podcasts, or motivational beach noises, but we got something else you might like to hear. It's called Vanquish. That's the sound of an extra $250 after your first 10 deliveries with Uber Eats. That's right, an extra $250 on top of all the other cash you'll make during those first 10 deliveries. If that sounds good, visit t.uber.com/extra $250
if I were at somebody's house, I would make sure I'm taking I would take really extreme caution to make sure I'm not breaking anything or doing anything wrong. And then we had an issue the last time, which was also a mistake with our refrigerator. She was like cleaning where, the water and the ice comes out, and something happened and it like just started gushing water and it wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. It's like the sensor got all whatever. But it's kind of like, what do I do? Because I asked my husband, I wasn't there at the time. Did you say anything to them? Will they reimburse us?
Did they say anything to you? Like, hey, we knocked a picture down, we couched the wall, we'll replace and repair.
I don't think so. And like I said, I wasn't there to go upstairs or, to talk to them about what happened, but I saw the aftermath. And I asked my husband that, he said they admitted that they were cleaning the photo when it fell off the wall. So yes, it didn't just magically fall off the wall. But I'm guessing, I don't know, will they reimburse you? I'm bummed because now also the picture is all gouged. So I'm not going to rehang this scratched up photograph on my wall. It wasn't cheap, but it wasn't expensive. I don't have fine art hanging in my house by any means. So I can go and replace it, but do we call the company? Do we ask them to pay for it? Do they have a handyman that can come and, spackle the wall and then repaint it? Do you know what I mean? It's just one of those things that it ended up being more hassle on my end than it was actually a nice little reward of having a really clean house. So
there any
so
meaning
frustrated.
or any emotional meaning behind the figurine that was?
Zero. It is cheap. That still has a price tag on it. I think it was about $20. And even it's absolutely meaningless. But it was still something I would not have wanted broken. I mean, I'm bummed it broke, but everything was meaningless. Besides the wall, the wall's meaningless too, but I'd like it to look nice.
Well, and it comes down to the value of, one, having them come to clean your house,
right,
and whether you would have them come again or not, and the value of the annoyance or the inconvenience of you hiring somebody or doing it yourself to make the repairs.
Well, in my mind, they'll never come back. I've already told my husband, I was like, I would have made them leave that moment. Been like, okay, thank you. Please pack up your things and you can go now. I would have had them go that exact moment things broke. But he is like, it's not really that big of a deal. We'll have them maybe come back next month. And I'm like, I don't think so.
You're gonna hire somebody else next month. Or you do it yourself. One or the other.
We can do it ourselves. We're very capable of cleaning. This was just kind of something we thought, this might be nice.
Yeah, but it happened twice. You don't ask them to come back a third time.
I don't think so.
So did they offer any listen, we'll pay for this, we'll pay for that?
Not that I know of. No. So we're going to call the company and talk to them about it. I mean, like I said, it was an accident. I know that this woman did not mean to purposely do it. Right. I'm well aware of that. But it's still, I don't know, can we forego part of the payment or, take your tip away? I'm not sure. I don't know what you do. I don't know what the proper protocol is or ask for money.
The question is, if you're worried at all about this woman or the employee for the company losing her job, then maybe you just say, listen, thank you very much. We're going to go somewhere else, or we're done with having a cleaning company.
Right.
If you want to, if it really pisses you off and you want her to pay the paper, then you make it more personal.
Well, I don't want it to be bad on her end.
Okay, so then just say, hey, we're done. That's all you just
Yeah, I think so. I know, it's just, it's one of those things. I'm mad at myself for not doing it myself.
Yeah, but you would also like to, whether you're done or not, with that company, and whether, you don't want retribution. You're not calling for her job.
Right.
No.
But you would like them, and I really believe, if you call them and talk to them and say, hey, this, there's a gouge in our wall. Can we get it? Yeah, and can you possibly repair this for us? And we'll call it good. I gotta believe that unless there's something in the contract or the agreement that you had of, hey, we accept these risks when you come in to clean our house. I don't know what the specifics would be there, but I would believe that it's got to be a small business that they would want to make sure that their clients are taken care of. It's probably not a huge repair. It would be an inconvenience for either you or for them, but they would probably say, hey, that's an inconvenience we created, we'll take care of it. And if once a week, once a month, and everybody comes home. Nobody had to put work in, and it was clean.
And the thing, yes,
There's a
it was
huge
fabulous
value in
to
that.
have the house that clean. It was very, very nice.
It also, Heather, in today's society where people go on Facebook and Yelp and write reviews and negative reviews about, the company, they don't want that either. So,
I don't want to do that. I was so mad yesterday, and I was like, I want to go to this woman's house, and I want to knock a photo of her wall, and I was so mad, and then I calmed down after the fact. I was like, get over it, Heather. It's really not a big deal. But
Make big
I was
decisions.
frustrated.
You're upset.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't write a bad review, but I do want them to maybe just take action and say that it was their fault, and then
yeah, well,
You get them on the phone
that's what I
today.
hope.
you do that. You take a picture, you send it to
Yes.
them.
Get them on the phone. Let us know how it
about
goes.
this, and if they,
Call them up right now.
That would be ideal. I mean, 8 o'clock, they got to be open for business, right? I mean, what time did she show up yesterday?
This is in the afternoon.
Okay, so they probably have a morning job. I would think
Yeah, I'm sure they
dispatch would be open probably around 8. By 10 o'clock, we could have a resolution.
that and the Lions season opener.
Makes me nervous. I hate talking on the phone to people. I get nervous just thinking about it.
Continue on to North Telegraph Road.
This is how I am. I complain and complain, but I'm not the one to pick up a phone and then actually complain in person.
So you're fanning yourself. Are you actually getting a little bit
I'm hot.
uncomfortable right now?
Yes. I'm starting to sweat.
All right, 248-539-9797. What do you do when you get less than satisfactory service with something like what Heather's going through? Do you take it to the next level, so to speak, or do you just let it slide? 97.1. The ticket. Taylor Chevrolet wants to trade keys with you. Now it's easier than ever. Taylor Chevy's offering up 120% of Kelly Blue Book value for your trade-in. Get an instant trade value for your car or truck simply by texting "We Say Yes" to 734-201-1114. With these great trade offers, now is the best time to get out of your lease early. Trade in that lease and drive a brand new or certified pre-owned car, truck, or crossover from Taylor Chevrolet. Taylor Chevy and Kelly Blue Book are working together to get you the most dollars for your trade. It's a unique opportunity that provides the break you need to upgrade your vehicle. I've used Taylor Chevrolet for 3 of my vehicles. Love the service. Love what they bring to the table. Bring us your trade, and Taylor Chevy will provide you an excellent chance to terminate your lease early without holding fees. Text them today at 734-201-1114. Type in "We Say Yes" and let Taylor Chevrolet go to work for you. Come on down to Taylor Chevrolet. Tell them the Sunday sent you. Telegraph Road, Whitman, Eureka, and let's trade keys. Chevrolet, find new roads.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJE 950 Traffic Center, still looks great on the roads this morning. No accidents or major slowdowns at the moment, but taking a look at some projects for today, be prepared for single lane closures on US 23 both directions at Packard Road around the Ann Arbor area. Also, construction is scheduled to block the right lane on US 23 southbound after Stearns Road in Monroe County. I'm Michelle Penny with traffic.
97.1 The Ticket would like to remind you that when you text the ticket, standard text messaging rates apply. This is Morris Esiason with an Odyssey Sports Minute. Bob Baffert is proving that the cover-up is often worse than the crime. When word broke that Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit had tested positive for the anti-inflammatory betamethasone, the embattled trainer suggested the incriminating results may have been due to cross-contamination of some hay, the horse say. Right. Then Baffert blamed cancel culture, and yesterday he had a news story. Medina Spirit had suffered dermatitis and was treated with Otomax, an antifungal ointment that contains betamethasone. Well, that's one way to cover up an illegal race day injection. Come on, Bob, it's now time to come clean, because you owe it to the breeders, the owners, and of course the betting public. Show us Medina Spirit's veterinary record. Let's see if and when this Otomax treatment was recorded. Then let's be hopeful that 14 months from now, a new federal regulatory agency can restore integrity to this disgraced sport. Morris Esiason.
Hey everybody, Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. In fact, over 1 million homeowners took advantage of refinancing or buying a new home with Rocket Mortgage. What you may not know is that by making a move right now. Don't look back over these next few weeks and wish that you had taken action. You could save hundreds on your mortgage payments or pay off your home loan earlier than planned. You could even take cash out of your home to pay off high-interest debt, complete home repairs, or bulk up on an emergency fund. When you want to secure a low rate, Rocket can. Call 833-8-ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com. Rocket.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org.
For many homeowners, your crawl space is a place you never go, or maybe only when it's absolutely necessary. It's nasty, wet, and moldy, or maybe your floors are sinking. Well, it doesn't have to stay that way. Encapsulating your crawl space with Foundation Systems of Michigan's exclusive system keeps moisture out, protecting your home and making it more comfortable. Stop living over an unhealthy crawl space. Call the experts at Foundation Systems of Michigan for your free inspection.
Let me give you an example of something, right? This is real stuff. So I had the over last night, 5.5. They open up with 4 goals in the first period. The over-under soared to 9. What it creates is an opportunity for a middle, meaning you could have the over on one bet and then through live betting, grab under 9, and you create a 3-goal bumper to win, 4 goals to push, middle, where you can cash both bets. FanDuel Live Odds, they do them better than anybody. They do them faster than anybody. Real life examples, people. And you can create some good value, and it gives you an opportunity to bet on a game no matter what point you start watching. Check it out, FanDuel Sportsbook promo code ticket. That's FanDuel Sportsbook promo code ticket. You got to be 21 and up, present, Michigan. First time on new money wager only for the risk-free bet. Refund issued on withdrawable site credits. You got a gambling problem, that's dead serious. Call the damn number, 1-800-270-7117. FanDuel Sportsbook, the official partner of 97.1 The Ticket.
Odyssey has all the podcasts you crave, including Exit Scam, a new true crime podcast. When Gerald Cotton, the founder of Canada's biggest Bitcoin exchange, died under mysterious circumstances in India, $215 million in his customers' accounts was frozen forever, all because he forgot to leave behind his passwords. Or at least that's what those customers were told. Listen to Exit Scam episodes a week ahead, exclusively on the Odyssey app. Get all your podcasts, music, news, and sports on Odyssey.
At Progressive, we're making things even easier. We'll help you bundle your home and car insurance together so you can save on both. Learn more at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE.
What are you waiting for? It only takes an hour for you to have your child's heart screened. Get your kid's heart checked at the Ernst Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Royal Oak. Details at 971theticket.com. Bet smarter and beat the books today. Download the BetQL app today to better your chances. From the Jamie Sanderson studio, here's Tony and Jansen.
Telephone 248-539-9797. Pistons lose to Minnesota 119-100. 28 turnovers. That's the Tigers almost lost. They were 7-0 lead, but they made it the bottom of the ninth. 8-7. I do want to mention that the guy that died, even though he'll never let me forget this, and really this video always does anytime I spend this something good. Otani, when he first made his debut, his first game, he gave up a home run in the first inning, the first game started. And I tweeted out something like the love affair is over or something like that, right?
Honeymoon is over.
Honeymoon over, something like that, whatever. And anytime since he does something good, Evan reminds me what he said. And
Evan must be busy.
yeah, last night he did something that was incredible. I think it's only been done for the third time. The last time it was like Sam McDowell. Those who were old enough to remember Sudden Sam pitched for the Indians. He started the game with the Angels as a pitcher. Otani did. 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. So they took him out after 88 pitches, and he stayed in the game. They moved him to right field. He's incredible. He's batting, by the way, 312. Oh no, excuse me, 295.
Yes.
And his pitching, his ERA is 2.19. He could go out there by himself and probably get the Tigers by himself.
He could.
What against that? He is. Okay. Talking about something that happened to Heather yesterday, where she had a clinic
we don't want the next person to get screwed over.
Turn left.
I just think you're looking out for the other person. Yeah, the company needs to it's even better for the company to know how they can make it better for their other clients, so they don't have to go through this. Or this might be a worker that has
2.7 miles at the roundabout. Take the second exit.
Yes.
That definitely is a wonderful point. Let's go to Davisburg and Carol. What's up?
Hey, good morning. Yeah, Heather, you got to call them. The last caller kind of covered it all. You need to give them an opportunity to make it right. If they don't,
Yes.
then that really tells you something too. So there's a lot of room between not calling and then calling up and getting, and demanding satisfaction. There's all kinds of room in there to make sure they understand what happened. They might want to review their procedures and training on how they do stuff like that. So good luck.
Thank you. I do agree. I will call, and I'll be very polite. I get flustered. Like, I don't like controversy. I don't like any drama between anything. So I get just anxious thinking about it. But yes, we will make a phone call.
All right. Here's some ticket text. Cleaning companies are bonded with insurance. They should be replacing it. Are you serious? Life is too short. Get over it. All right.
I'm getting there. There.
It's a good one. Heather and Colin both work at home. Hiring a cleaning service sounds very Stoney-esque.
I actually agree with that. Yes, I feel that same way, which is why I tried to say we don't do this all the time. This was just kind of like a little reward for ourselves. Yes.
There's nothing wrong with rewarding yourself, especially with a clean house.
It just sounds very snooty when I say that we're two individuals with no children and we work at home and we're hiring a cleaning company. I know how it sounds.
Yeah, but you have 2 dogs.
Yes.
Yes, and even if they don't shed, they shed. They're going to lose hair. They're going to track in dirt. It's not a bad thing.
Not to discourage, but if a picture falls off the wall, it probably wasn't hung correctly.
It didn't fall before.
Yeah.
I've never made it fall off the wall.
I give Heather a Karen rating of 3 out of 5. To say you tell them to leave right after the accident is hella Karen. And you definitely deserve some monetary retribution. Derek in Brighton says, I had a brand new fridge delivered last week. The guys dented it, bringing it into the house. I paid for a brand new fridge, not a damaged one. So I called to get a replacement right away. Heather paid for a clean house, not a damaged wall. I would call and let the owner know what happened and see what they say. What's the worst thing to do then?
Tell you no, yeah. And then you have another way to proceed after that.
Yes.
And I do know that whether it's a restaurant, whether it's a service, we do look at reviews. And if they made it right and you left a review that said, hey, this happened, I called, they made it right, like, that's not a bad review. That's one where, hey, an accident happened because they do
At
happen.
the roundabout, take the second exit.
You could go with this because they're going to stand by their word.
Well, somebody says, we're going to call about it later, as Heather said. AKA, she's going to make her husband.
That's exactly right. Nailed it. Yes, my husband is going to call later.
Mike in Detroit, you're on 97, won the ticket.
Man, my thing is I just think I'm not going to go, try to write up a deposition. I just think that's a little petty. It's just, for me, I have to gauge it based on what happened. If it's something where they just fumbling and it's a lack of skill, okay, I can understand it. But if it's a thing, man, where it was just a legitimate accident, things that I've done, I'm not going to go third degree dragging that man trying to get rid of that. I mean, if I got the money to hire the person in the first place, but it just depends on what it is. I don't have a general policy, a generic plan. Like sometimes a person makes a mistake and you can immediately see the regret in their eyes. Once I see that, I'm done. I'm not going to make them feel worse, but it just depends on what it is. But to go through all of the, I'm going to call the president and get a Supreme Court subpoena, I'm not going through all of that over a minor accident.
Yeah, but for the review thing, Mike, what it does do, the caller was correct. It alerts
At the
the
roundabout, take the second exit.
customers too.
Yes.
And we didn't talk about bringing Biden in this week. Joey in Ann Arbor, you're 97 with the ticket.
Hey guys, good morning. I had a situation many years back of living in Cleveland. My parents and cousins had
Half a mile
tickets
at the
to
roundabout, take the
Brown
second exit
game.
onto South Baldwin
Had a
Road.
carpet company come in and clean the carpet. We got up Sunday morning during the game. Tickets weren't too. The last game of the season, nobody was going to the games at all. So I called my cousins. They weren't going to the games. They still had their tickets. We took their tickets. We went to the game. We're sitting at the game. Sure enough,
take the second exit onto South Baldwin Road.
Seats right next to us.
Oh my gosh.
So we asked them, like, hey guys, you know, where'd you get the ticket? Guys, a friend of mine gave it to us. Boy, your friend must be really nice. What does he do? Hey, he cleans carpets.
Oh my gosh.
So, needless to say, we didn't say anything because I had no idea. We didn't say anything then. We stayed, watched the game. The Browns lost. We came
At the
back
roundabout, take the second exit onto South Baldwin Road.
And we told them what happened, and they were very apologetic. They reimbursed us full price for the tickets, which is something that we never would have gotten because we couldn't have sold the tickets. Nobody wanted them. And they ended up firing the guys who stole the tickets from us. So
at the roundabout, take the second exit onto South Baldwin Road.
Call and having a person get fired, and we ended up going to the game and getting full price for the tickets anyway.
It worked out great. And it's not that thanks for the call, Joe. You got robbed. You got robbed. Literally. You should have.
Half a mile at the roundabout, take the second exit onto South Baldwin Road.
You found out. Our telephone number 248-539-9797. Coming up at 9:35 Wednesdays with Wojo. 8:35. The Dr. Anderson report came out yesterday. You'll hear my take on it as well. This comes up next. That comes up at 8:35. 97.1.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto South Baldwin Road.
Odyssey Station. Sports headlines all day, every day. From the Sold by YC Sports Desk. This is 97.1. The Ticket.
3.5 miles. At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Coates Road.
2 out in the 99 at 7-all. Rodney Grossman drove in 5 runs, including a game winner then, as the Tigers beat the Royals 8-7. Matthew Boyd throwing 6 shutout innings. Casey Mize tonight right here on 97 with the Ticket against Kansas City. It begins at 7:10. The Pistons get blown out by Minnesota 119-100. The record now 20-50. The T-Wolves at 22-47. According to a report from a law firm hired by the University of Michigan, administrators missed warning signs and failed to stop the sexual misconduct of former school doctor Robert Anderson. NFL schedule revealed tonight at 8 p.m. Jacksonville head coach Urban Meyer said he hasn't decided yet on whether to offer Tim Tebow a contract, regardless of reports to the contrary. He also says it wasn't even his idea. At the Ticket Update Desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
Live from the Jamie Samuelson Studio, Stoney and Jansen on 97.1 The Ticket.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the NFL on CBS has announced their schedule for Week 1. We're still waiting on the Fox network. I can tell you right now, the Lions will not be on CBS in Week 1. According to the NFL CBS schedule, games on CBS. The Steelers taking on Buffalo. Just says versus, so I assume the second team is the home team. Steelers at Buffalo. Jets at Panthers. Sam Darnold against the Jets in the first game. You gotta love that, don't you?
Yes, too bad they're not going to New York to play that game.
The Arizona Cardinals will be taking on the Tennessee Titans in Nashville. The Los Angeles Chargers will travel east to take on the Washington football team. And the Jacksonville Jaguars, Urban Meyer, Trevor Lawrence. Could they give him an easier game? The Houston Texans. It's a road game.
They want to give him an early win.
So I guess Nance would get the, Romo would get the Bills Steelers or the Jets Panthers. Chargers Washington. I would say Steelers Bills. There's another panel here. Brown, yes, the 4:25 game. Those games were 1 o'clock. You got the Browns Chiefs.
Browns at Chiefs.
And the Dolphins Patriots. Yes. So Goff did a mock Maybe Gov got tipped because we're the Lions station. Hey, Gov, here's the deal.
Yeah,
I know.
They call Millennium and gave it to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, yes. Yeah, he's the first
There
one
you
on the
go.
call list.
According to Fox, Lions will open the season at home against the 49ers. That's according to Justin Rogers on the Detroit News.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Nailed it.
He nailed it.
Whoa. We got a chance to hit them all.
Here we go. We got
1 of 17.
Week 1 on Fox. Vikings at Bengals at 1 o'clock. 49ers at Lions, 1 o'clock. That's 10 o'clock Pacific.
Hey, you can't get 17 until you get 1.
That's right.
That's right.
Eagles at Falcons. Seahawks at Colts. And the 4:25 games, Broncos at Giants. Packers at Saints. Which leads me to believe it's going to be Rams-Bears on Sunday Night Football. Right? Is that the only one that's left?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we still have Monday night left.
Well, yeah, but because Tampa's playing Thursday night.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, it could be.
Wow, so the Seahawks open on the road, so likely at home for week 2, and I had the Lions going on.
Here we go.
1 of 17. That's a great start.
Look at that Packers Saints. You gotta love that. It's gonna be Jordan Love versus Taysom Hill.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, for those who missed it, when we'll we'll go through the schedule again a little bit later. But I had the Cardinals coming into Ford Field on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then the biggie is the Lions wouldn't go to L.A. and play the Rams until Christmas Day.
Christmas presents.
Be the biggest sporting event since Rocky with the
In 1
Mouse.
mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit onto Coates Road.
You know what? Interesting, too, because you mentioned where Aaron Rodgers, if he's not in Green Bay, where is he going to be? And I know a lot of people are talking Denver. There is some scuttlebutt about possibly ending up in New Orleans, which would be interesting. Does the NFL possibly know something we don't?
Oh, Saints-Packers.
Saints-Pack.
Wow.
Starting the season off. Green Bay traveling down to New Orleans, playing what at that time would be the Aaron Rodgers-led New Orleans Saints. I don't know. Maybe the NFL knows something.
Wow.
Maybe that June 1 date is, it's already been decided, but they've kept a secret, which is highly.
All right, we can figure this out later. But, what's Goff's record against Garoppolo? I mean, come on. Here we go. They've played before. You know,
yes, they play twice a year.
Yes, Goff has gone against the 49ers before.
Mm-hmm.
He's faced that team before.
He knows all about them.
That's advantage Lions.
And San Francisco, their big thing is their team.
That's right.
Detroit, their big thing. O-line. Great matchup week 1.
Yes.
Who's going to come out with a scathed knee?
Is it going to be Bosa versus Decker, the Battle of Ohio State?
Well, Bosa's going to be playing on both sides, so we'll
In
get
a quarter
to test
mile,
that rookie
the destination is on your right.
Penei Sewell.
290 Coates Road.
Yeah.
We'll get a chance to see that matchup. I think that's that. And if I'm Penei Sewell, that's what you want to start off your NFL career. A matchup against a Pro Bowl caliber.
In that game, you're going to find out the Lions defense and if it's any better real quick because of the run defense.
Oh, yeah.
Because the 49ers love to run the ball. They're going to have Mostert and Sermon's there now.
The destination is on your right. 290 Coates Road.
No, it'll be somebody we never heard of.
No, they'll use Trey Lance as a split slot receiver.
Yes.
Bring him in motion, double pass.